sector.
Well, brutal as it is, I don't have any other platform except to use this one and shoot from the hip, specifically directing this to you, Mr. Teddy Seboletsui. I guess you still recall very well our previous encounter of Mahikeng press conference at Barolombo Ratsidi. I'm not so sure when was it. But what I want to say is that in as much as grassroots print media is complaining here, or maybe any other print media, I wish to say the type of question that as individual ask shouldn't determine as to how and when advertisement should be dispatched to a publication. Because I suffered the brunt, I have to be honest. The question I asked there, maybe it was very offensive, I'm sorry. Okay, let me drop, it's fine, it's fine.
No, I was not cutting you. I was going to say, please just go to the question.
What I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't be used for statistics purposes as individuals. I feel I'm used for statistics purposes because when advertisement was dispatched, I was chucked out. And when I questioned, I couldn't get answers. My colleague in the print media knows. They received advertisement. I went there to cover the event. Nothing was advertised from Third Eye News and Views. I went to cover the event, including the young person who died there. I went to his funeral and covered it. Even there, the media space allocated was terrible. Was very terrible. So let me just pause here. Thank you. Yeah.
That's fine. The last two at the back. The last two.
My question is based to the Department of Arts and Culture. My name is Gregory Linswe. What I wanted to ask, my question is based to the HOD. HOD, we are having an event next month, but the infrastructure in the stadium here, it's bad. It's bad at all. So that was my question. And other things, I'm a stage management by production. One other thing that we normally experience during the event, the main contractor will be saying the department is not paying on time. Can you please rectify that, please? I do Mahika, I do
Dumela magolo. Lina la ka ke Tshepiso Khori from Scapecoms, ne? So this is mainly a question and a young suggestion and a clarity, ne? So ne ke batla go boka clarity on exhibitions, ne? If it's only meant for businesses, ne? And if it's not, ne, why not engage the museum by also allowing visual artists to exhibit their work whilst using this opportunity to engage participants in the history of Mahikeng?
Yeah, that was the last one issue. Section.
Now I've put you under section 100. You reserve the right to appeal. All right. We've got various responsibilities, all of us. And at the Mulusangwe, Mokopanong will let a little.
Okay, this one is sweet and short. There's always an outcry payments of the artist as opposed to national artists and local artists. So it's a problem this year. Artists must be paid accordingly. I want to submit a quotation of 15,000, but I know a card it's a 6.5. That one could please the department and other stakeholders. Let's monitor that one. Artists must be paid according to their profession and also their skills and also presentations. Thank you very much.
All right, it's like
Yeah, it was the last one. Can you get the mic back?
Oh, but it is portable. All right. Our colleague next to Tapelo, but you must nationalize the mic, don't privatize it.
Ke a dumedisa bagaetsho nna ke tlotlo ditšhaba go tswa mo Mahikeng wa 20 nna ke na potso ne ke re fela re lebogetse appointment ya service provider ya rona re Levi wa Showtime so ke solofela ha bo radikgwebo potlana botlhe ba rona mo ngaka modiri molema ba tla ungwelwa ntse ya ba dile Mahikeng. Thank you.
All right, before the meeting becomes something that I never intended, I need to close it so that you can convene another meeting for other purposes. Thank you so much, my colleagues, for the cordial manner in which we have engaged and asked questions. I'm going to lead responses. I'm advised that one of the questions I answered, ke lemositse gore go na le potso nngwe ke arabileng earlier mme ga ka e fetsa. Showtime is not the only company that has run Mahikeng. For the record, 2015 it was C Squared, 2016 it was Nubian Touch and T Music Man, 2017 18 megawatt. I was advised to complete that aspect of the question. And then I think somebody stole my responses. There's a paper here. Like simula ko tlase, yeah, Roger Beta stole something from me. Like it is simula ko tlase, Radi Chaba ke lebogela your comment. I think renali commitment ya gore there shall be local beneficiation. Marakara itse gore if the local companies are security deal 50. I'm not suggesting that they won't benefit, but there's also that aspect that not everyone literally would get an opportunity. Out of context. The second one, artists must be paid accordingly. There's a budget and there's a categorization of artists. A local artist cannot charge an amount that is charged by a national artist. I've seen that personally happening in some instances, but we will try and assist so that it doesn't become any issue. Maralo yana ho tisa quotation we kitse ga national artist to ska charge amount to national artist. Ke ra fela ke sa irin ntwa. All right, Tsepiso, I think there's more of a recommendation around exhibitions. I think we want to announce and confirm appointment and the dates and deal with the silent issues as per the bid, but we're going to have a media briefing once the project plan is completed and various programming are concluded and agreements are signed. But I also know personally the same exhibition is not only meant for businesses, it is going to be driven by actually the visual artists themselves because that's the platform created for them. I thought I should clarify that. Gregory, stage management, you are silently marketing an opportunity for yourself, and you're saying payments must be done on time, and infrastructure is bad. So any payments, colleagues, we are going to pay the service provider on time. The Public Finance Management Act says I must pay a service provider within 30 days from receipt of a correctly certified and valid invoice. Now, if 30 days has not lapsed, you reserve no right to cry that you are not paid. But if you can pay you within a day, we must pay you within a day. From my side, I will ensure that I pay on time. But we'll also monitor whether the various providers do get paid on time. Infrastructure, I think it's common cause that the infrastructure has for a long time not been properly maintained. And we're doing everything reasonably possible to get it to be ready to host Mahikeng. We hosted in December. We are doing some improvements, if you may pass at the VIP. Some work has been done. There's challenges around cable theft, which all of us must help each other. We bought a lot of cables ka festive to prepare for fill up. They are stolen. So some of these things, we will do everything reasonably possible to ensure that with the infrastructure we have, we are able to host an event. You commented on infrastructure setup, bullet lamoring and related facilities that I would not mention by name because they did not pay for advertising in this press conference. The department has got the infrastructure plan. It's called B5 for planning purposes. It categorizes capital upgrading maintenance projects over a long period of time. Obviously, the state I'm being part of and the facilities that government is responsible for. The second aspect is a recommendation which the team must note. Let Lamoring being a sentimental aspect of the park that we should get to function, working labor housing. I think what I know, it is true that it will be very nice to have it functioning as part of the Mahikeng activations going forward. I think it's a recommendation that is acceptable. For purpose of media and advertising, ke ska di bua ka maina, ke tla utlwa di suggestions tsa di colleague ha le dila ka di activation. How can or can we not use them? Ki utlwile the suggestion. Local artists and artisting akamudirimulema villages. The program is in two folds, colleagues. The French program, the main program, and the activation district by district. So it is not every artist that can be accommodated in the main program. We all know. You need to meet a certain grade for you to be able to get there. But there are also those who have gone through developmental processes that are almost ready for the professional aspect that we must give exposure as well at the main event. That we will do. It's part of our responsibility. But the numbers will not be as huge as we may want them to, but we'll make sure that that happens. It's amazing. The payment, like I said, in an ideal world, we must know upfront that when you are a developing artist, how much are you supposed to be paid? So that, Tato Mulusango does not give me a quotation to come and sing for 50,000 when he does not even have a single. But with due respect to the fraternity, we will work with the organized sector to try and at least standardize on payments. I cannot here and now say how much. I have said the budget has been reduced from 30 to 10 million. So we're operating within a budget of 10 million. And I said when we started, for those that are late, some of us are armchair critics who are going to sit and analyze a 30 million event at 2018 compared to a 2023 event at 10 million. That will be very unfortunate if you do that. We will just look at you for what you are. Ramaji, National Department contributed 2.5 million for Mahikeng. Kahoreke flagship declared that national. So they contribute 2.5. Marabariza variety we withdraw anytime should the situation necessitate. Naki responsible for what we are able to commit in the province, which is 10.5 as I said, but we also appreciate the contribution from national. Yeah, you like that audio? All right. Yeah, that matter is not yet concluded. We, as I said in the previous legislature appearance, and for accommodative, there's certain information that I may not divulge in the public, but I can divulge in the legislature because it's a protected precinct. Now, the matter is still sub judice, it's not complete. The internal investigation as handled by Office of the Premier is not complete. Please report that the matter is not yet completed. We will give you feedback when it's concluded. The your concern that you shouldn't be used for statistics but not considered for opportunities. The media plan so that I can have a view at it. What are the activities? Are you using print media? Are we using, what kind of media? How much budget is available? How much provincial, national are we targeting? And how much local? Allow me that space to look at it. Ke tsa gore already do na le database of media, ke re ke di customers tsa gagwe. We will see where we can reasonably give support. But also agree depend on the presence of your media. We look at the followership, the extent of distribution, because we must also derive value from the investment that we do, but we have a duty to support as well. So ready, I prepare a service for that media plan so that I can have side of it to look at what is it that we are committing. Obviously, about our national media to start out SABC, please, if you can broadcast live, we want this program to be known, UFM and everyone, but also our local media for purpose of local communication, and for development communication, because the communities must be informed and empowered. Because I said, if we don't do that, we're providing a space and opportunity for those that are driving propaganda and certain negative narratives that would want to stall government from working. So we must occupy that space. Is there anything I missed? I think I'm missing some of the few questions I took. Oh, gospel, Mabatu FM. I think you are appealing that you want to do interviews. Please interview me first. I will allow the rest to come to you. On a serious note, Ntate Dedi, I cannot refuse the department getting platform to communicate government messaging. If it comes for free, we appreciate. I'm sure if you are honest as well as I am, I've done at least 4 radio simulcasts where Mabatu FM was present. Please confirm and raise your hand. So there's no reason to suspect that we will not support you here. All things being equal, when we do some of our interviews, we look at possible simulcast opportunities, especially for local radio production, so that we can communicate the messaging to the extent possible. I'm sorry, it's a new submission, noted. Rem Kutuan, yeah, I left your question deliberately for last. I'm going to answer it like a public servant, correctly. I'm sorry that you have set yourself expectations in this briefing and they seem not to be met by ourselves and our way. Firstly, the submissions that you are making, they resonate around the mandate of the department and the programming and the extent to which we do in planning and targeting. And I know you know that. You know the National Development Plan. You know the outcome that we contribute to. We've got the medium-term strategic framework. We've got outcomes and impact. I know you know we have engaged elsewhere. We've got a 3-year strategic plan where we have tabulated our outcomes and indicators and output indicators and the targets that we are looking for. I also know that you've got an annual performance plan of the department where we have planned specific programs and deliverables. Now, I will share with you those copies for your convenience. The purpose of the media briefing was not to deal with that aspect, but I'm more than ready and competent to deal with it outside this meeting. I think the input that I really welcome from you is how do we support the creative sector to ensure that we maximize opportunities. We will, in our stakeholder engagements, we will engage with various stakeholders in the fraternity, especially around film, around theater production. I know that's the space you are in. Please wait for that opportunity to be advertised and the due process that will be run in accordance with that program. Maria planning your wrong forum. After the meeting. Yeah, with all powers vested upon me, I want to thank all the media for being here, and we wish that in the media launch, the numbers. While the question line up, sorry. So as he finalizes, we'll start communicating content. Maraka media launch, the way we all know. We'll be having the posters and everything, the content, the exact venues, what will be happening where, the targets, the numbers, and already what will be concluded. I encourage all of us to participate. Let's all of us go and protect Mahikeng from people who don't want it to happen. This meeting is adjourned. Oh, he's back on.
Motswana o rile ba gaetsho mo dira se moji a ipona.